Hi, guys. So, manifesting and using affirmations can sometimes feel like a lie. I remember when I very first started using affirmations and working with manifesting, I I I I would fight, like literally argue with myself the entire time. I would get up and I would be like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to, focus on this today. I'm going to focus on these affirmations. And I would pick an affirmation and I would start to say it. And I don't know, half an hour into it, I'd be like, this is such a lie. It's so not true, not accurate in any way, shape, or form. How am I ever supposed to bring this thing into my life if I know it's a lie just by repeating it? And I would have to say that was the beginning stages, and that was when I wasn't very good at manifesting. And everybody goes through this. Okay, everybody goes through this. Everybody that I have ever convinced to try affirmations, to try manifesting, to work with affirmations, they all say basically the same thing, that they feel like they're just repeating a lie over and over and over again. And most people quit. They give up. They don't want to continue on with the struggle. And over time, if you do continue, you will get to a point where you start to believe your own lie, quote unquote, whatever it is you're telling. Okay, so let's say you are unhealthy. You have a particular disease and you are working on affirmations to help you during the day. There's other things that I would recommend that you do, but you're working with affirmations to change your patterns, to change the pattern that's associated with that disease. And as you're doing that, you're thinking, okay, I very seriously have a disease. I can feel the symptoms. I'm having symptoms right at this moment. And while you're having symptoms, you're telling yourself you're not having those symptoms. That can be a really difficult challenge, something that seems very pointless. Why do I keep telling myself this if I'm having these feelings? It's a lie. Everybody knows it's a lie. I know it's a lie. I'm never going to manifest anything. And it can be really emotional because you really want to solve this problem, especially if it has something to do with your health. You really want to focus on solving that physical ailment that you have. And whenever you have, just to mention here, whenever you have a physical illness, whenever there is something that is wrong with your physical body, you need to attack that issue from every side possible, and you need to do it immediately. So what I'm talking about is you want to work on it mentally, you want to work on it physically, you want to work on it emotionally, you want to work on it with the doctor, you want to do naturopath, maybe even a regular doctor, possibly a chiropractor, depending on what the problem is. It just depends. But there are many factors to this disease. And one of those factors is negative thinking. So you need to learn how to do affirmations to change that negative thinking so that you can assist your body in healing. And you may be having physical symptoms at the same time that you are repeating an affirmation in your head. And the only thing I can say is take yourself back to being a child and being completely oblivious to any truth, and just pretend that everything is okay. Pretend in your mind, your body may be going through physical symptoms. Put that aside. Put that aside while you're doing this. Put aside the physical symptoms and focus on your mental. Put yourself in a place mentally of not knowing the answers or not knowing that you are physically feeling the symptoms. And say the affirmation and continue to say the affirmation. Don't say the affirmation and then say, I'm lying to myself, because it won't work. It won't work. But I promise you, and I know this because I've done it, if you continue with the affirmations, even when you feel like you are absolutely lying to yourself, you're lying to God, you're lying to your family members, you're lying to everybody, you will move past that. You will start out thinking, aren't I kind of lying about this? And then you'll move into, no, I'm definitely lying. And you'll be angry about it. And you'll be obstinate. And you'll be fighting. And you'll be saying things like, there's no way I can do this. I can't do this. I'm lying to myself. I'm standing here with pain in my arm while I'm saying there is no pain in my arm. Then you'll move past that. And you'll go to a place where you'll be like, well, maybe it will work if I just give it a try. But I'm still lying to myself. And then you'll get to a place where it will not matter what is going on in your physical reality, because you know it works. You know that it helps. You have seen the light. And you are having a lot of fun just pretending whatever it is you're affirming and manifesting. I can't even believe what I was going to say, but manifesting. So I'm trying to, I guess, tell you that for me, that process probably took me 6 months to a year. Now, granted, I was, in my teens, maybe early 20s when I started doing that and when I went through it and I learned it. But I am here to tell you that you can save yourself a whole lot of time by just pretending. Just don't worry about the fact that it might sound like a lie. Don't worry about whether it is or it isn't. I've already gone through all of that for you. I already did it. It was not a fun process. I'm explaining the process to you because I want you to go through a very, very short window of that process. I want you to know that that process is perfectly normal and that it's perfectly okay for you to go through that. But don't waste a lot of time in that process to find out what I found out, which was that was just resistance to the whole and entire process. Once you get past the resistance, you go into a state of acceptance, you go into a state of just being, and you can say your affirmations without any resistance from yourself, without any fear that you might not be right, that you might be doing this for no good reason. There is a good reason. It will work for you. And if you listen to me in this video, you will save yourself months of turmoil. You may still go through it. You may be stubborn like me. You may insist on going through all the steps just so you can get to the point where you can say your affirmations without feeling like a liar. But hopefully you can do it. And especially if you've seen this video, you can do it in a couple weeks, maybe a couple days even. And you can just get rid of all that resistance and all that fear that you're feeling at the beginning, and just know that, yes, it seems like a lie, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be truth. Nobody said any of it had to be true. Just imagine it. Imagine exactly the way you want it. Ask your guides, ask the universe to bring this situation to a close. An affirmation like, no, I do not accept this situation. God in his almighty goodness is negating all, how does it go? Negating, I pulled it this morning. Hang on, I'll read it for you. Dissolving all negation from my world. God in his almighty goodness is dissolving all negation from my world. There. And I'll tell you what, it works on just about anything. Like if I wake up in the morning and I know that there is some situation in my life that could be positive or it could flip negative pretty quickly and pretty easily, I will use that affirmation. I will say that affirmation just to get a jump on that situation. And when I remember to do that, and when I do it diligently, I do not have problems. I do not have problems. The situation always turns to the favored way for me. So I've been doing this for a lot of years. And sometimes I share it and sometimes I don't. And sometimes I share it and people are like, it works. It works, you guys. And I'm here to tell you in this video that you need to, don't worry about whether or not you're being truthful. Just say the affirmation. Don't worry about the truthful part. Don't worry about reality. Worry about the imagination. Imagine how you want it to be. And affirm, so say the affirmation the way you want it to be. That is the key to manifesting and creating things. And don't waste months like I did trying to get over the fact that I was lying to myself, I was lying to the universe. You don't need all that. That is seriously just resistance to the process. That is somebody who wants to stay stuck in the place that they're in right now. And that was me. And I don't like staying stuck anymore. If I feel like I'm stuck, I will start with affirmations and I will start doing things that create an outcome that I would prefer rather than being stuck in stagnation. So hopefully this video helps. If you have had similar situations like this, leave a comment below. Let me know. I love to hear stories about this. And if you're looking for books and tools about manifestation or more information about manifestation, you can visit my webpage, mysticmoonshop.com. I think that's about it. soon we'll have more, and I'll let you know. I don't want to talk about it until after Mercury retrograde. Blessings.